Here's another installment of Microsoft losing their minds and sucking even more on that AI hype.
I think in 5 years' time, everybody will have their own AI companion.
No, that time is right now. Everyone can have their own AI companion. They just chose not to have one. And for good reasons.
Which will know them so intimately and so personally that it will come to live life alongside you.
I'll just play this clip.
So it learns information about me? Seems like an invasion of privacy.
And since we're using this scene, I might as well play this too.
It will see what you see, hear what you hear, understand your context, your preferences, your motivations.
Your emails, your passwords, your personal address, your secrets, your most embarrassing moments, your privacy, and right not to have your personal information to be interfered by big corporations. Do I have to go on?
It'll feel like an ever-present aid or friend that is there to help you navigate life's big challenges.
Yes, assuming that it works. And even if it does work well, it still needs all your personal details. So, do you want to give out your personal details to AI? I personally don't. But hey, you do you. What a horrific dystopian future we're heading with AI being shoved everywhere. This is a video demonstrating the capabilities of AI that allows people to swap their likeness with anyone they like. In this case, the guy is swapping his likeness with the cast of Stranger Things. I really liked the first season of Stranger Things. My wife rewatched it to prepare for the last season, and I surprisingly got into it. But she stopped watching season 5 as soon as things get dumb, and they do get really dumb. Putting that aside, using AI to pretend like you are the actors and actresses of Stranger Things is totally rife for exploitation from bad actors. And by that, I mean scammers. This is something that scammers have and will continue to use in the future to trick your grandmas, grandpas, and anyone who is not technologically aware to give them lots and lots of money. Not to mention, you have no right using these actors and actresses' likenesses. They're going to sue you for this. But then again, it's not uncommon for AI users to not care about copyright and privacy, right? While this AI usage is horrific, this next one is just pathetic. Generate a girl next to me that suits me! Wow, isn't that just embarrassing? Like, why would you even want to do this? It's even more embarrassing that you're not a bad-looking dude and you still have to use AI to generate a girlfriend right next to you. Right now, this is a fictional, realistic-looking girlfriend. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up generating real people as their boyfriends or girlfriends. Oh wait, that already happened. And it's horrible. AI bros really should check their work. Which was your first controller? Funnily enough, despite being a 2000s kid, my first controller is the NES. Yes, the NES, because my mom got me one of those bootleg NES consoles that have like thousands of pre-installed games, except the one that I got has an NES-style controller rather than a PlayStation 1. If we're talking about official consoles, then PlayStation 1 would be my first. But we're not talking about the first controller. We're talking about this AI-generated garbage poster. Look at all these controllers. Look at the consoles being listed. If you have an Atari Jaguar as your first console, I feel very sorry for you. What the hell is the Apple Pippin doing there? The only reason why I know that console exists is because Linus did a video on it. They don't have the infamous Duke controller for the original Xbox. They have the Xbox 360 controller, but they missed the 360, and they got the release date wrong. There are 2 DualSense controllers, and one of them is apparently the Xbox Series X controller. Yes, AI will finish this in a couple of minutes. Wait, no, hold on. AI didn't even finish the poster. It's unfinished. There are a lot of errors. The results are absolute garbage. Manually, this would take about 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how fast you are with graphic design. It'll take quite a while, but it is at least way more worth it than doing this AI-generated garbage. AI users need to realize that telling robots to do their job for them is not cheap. AI makes everything faster, better, and cheaper. Yeah, only one characteristic is correct there. It's faster, but not better and not cheaper. People love to reference the Neptune Spatula SpongeBob episode. It's that time when King Neptune makes thousands of Krabby Patties for everyone to eat, but it tasted like garbage. SpongeBob made one Krabby Patty at the same time period, but it is so delicious that King Neptune had to spit it out so that he can eat it again. This right here is the same thing. The Take On Me video is a masterpiece of all music videos, and this doofus claimed that he made the whole thing with AI for just $9. And boy, it sure does look like you spent $9 on it, because it looks garbage. You can just go frame by frame to see why this is awful. A lot of these frames are not even the same as the frames above. They are generating entirely new images instead of coloring the one on the top. As community notes pointed out, because they need the original version to make the AI version, it would technically cost $30,009, not just $9. It's the perfect representation of the capabilities of AI users, in that they can only leech off of way superior source materials rather than create something original. Oh, and another thing to all these AI addicts, stop saying it's over for mixed media artists. Considering the product that you're offering and how absolute garbage it looks, AI really has a long way to go to have their work be just as good as human work. Oof, this is a long defense of AI. There are plenty of ethical AI models trained on licensed data. Bro, even if all AI models use licensed data, the output is unusable. Compared to drawing, CGI artists barely do the work of an artist. They merely instruct computers via mouse clicks and keyboard strokes. We do the same thing. Wow, what an insult. CGI artists are just clicks and keyboard strokes. Those clicks and keyboard strokes are meticulous for every pixel. You are not a meticulous artist. You asked a robot to make the art for you. It's not that AI filmmakers hate cameras or pencils. They do. They hate them because they don't know how to use them. It's just impossible to make a TV show. Impossible. Do you know how many episodes of TV shows aired every week? Have you seen any fully AI-generated TV shows being aired everywhere, other than YouTube or social media? Even garbage shows have their airtime. I'm fighting for the 220 million content creators around the world who would never otherwise be able to make films. Bro, these 220 million content creators should not be making any films. They evidently haven't produced anything of quality. We shouldn't be fighting for a broken studio model that never cared about artists in the first place. Implying that AI cares for regular artists. You clearly don't. You don't care for artists that have talent. You care for non-artists who have no talent. You're giving them tools to give them the illusion that you can compete with them. You can't. More AI hoopless for this video. This has to rank up there as one of the most useless buttons in the entire world. ASUS has an Expert Center PN55 mini PC that has a Ryzen AI 400 with Radeon 800M graphics. It also has an NPU AI processor that's rated up to 55 TOPS, which can only be used by Copilot. And that's why they have a dedicated Copilot button. Why? I have no idea. I really want to know who thinks that a Copilot button built in on the right side of the mini PC is made just the same as the power button, which is way more essential to operate this PC. But I guess this is one of the ways ASUS go all in with the AI, the same way Razer did. Somehow AI is making a lot of money in ASUS's servers, and that's why they're investing a lot on PCs with AIs and NPUs, not realizing that most consumers don't need them. It's the enterprises and the businesses that do. The one company that says that they're not investing anything in AI is Dell, and their products aren't the best on the market. On my market at least. But hey, good on Dell for speaking up. We need more corporations to realize that AI is an overhyped waste of investment, and OpenAI's collapse is something that I am anticipating with open arms. Say what you want about that PC, at least it's local. Here's a horrific prospect. Jeff Bezos said that you'll give up your PC to rent one from the cloud. That would require most places to have good internet, and unfortunately, internet is not spread as widely as electricity or water. Not to mention, they are not as effective, so you can suck on that cloud computing, Jeff. Bezos made the comparison between local PCs and 100-year-old brewery that was using a 100-year-old electric generator. Now they're using power grids. Here's the big difference, Jeff. Electricity stream is not the same as data stream. Electricity is a lot easier to process and generate than data. Having the computer in the cloud means having good internet to send the data, and having a good computer to display the data. You're gonna use a local computer anyway. The thing is, I too have 100 gigs of Google Drive to sync my files between multiple computers. I too use Steam Link to play games on my phone that don't need complex controls like turn-based games or visual novels. I too use Parsec and No Machine for remote control. Cloud computing is great, but it should be something that complements local computing rather than a dedicated system, something that Jeff Bezos clearly doesn't understand. Finally, thanks to AI ruining PC hardware in general, it leaves quite an opportunity for console gamers to punch down on PC gamers. Here are 2 instances of console fanboys being awful people. Here's a video of someone repairing his son's PC. This console fanboy said that the PC looks like crap, and then calls him a cuck. Wow, what a douchebag. I know more about PCs than you fake QA tester or wannabe hardware engineer PC guys. Right, just because you say you know doesn't mean you really know. PC gaming is dying in real time, and I'm watching it and laughing. Why? Because it happens every other decade. Wait, what? PC gaming is dying and it happens every other decade? Do you not realize that it means PC gaming can't be killed? To all the PC gamers, GPUs are for AI and research now. No, they're not optimized for AI and research. They just took the resources to make GPU for AI and research. Also, to the average consumer, GPUs are for displaying your PC on a monitor or TV. It's also to run games and render videos. Some PCs, like my HP Mini T620, already have GPU integrated within their CPU, but it is mostly used for display, not gaming or productivity. They dropped you dumb schmucks for people doing big things. Stop trying to hog hardware. We're not the ones hogging hardware. The corporations are. Buy a PlayStation. Stop pretending you need a PC. Hey doofus, they're hogging the resources to make the hardware for your PlayStation consoles. Consoles will get more expensive too. Use your brains next time. You never use your PC for a single bit of real work. Right, because this video is entirely made with me just sitting on my ass all day playing video games with no input from me whatsoever, right? And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.